And those incidents today coming just a week after the deadly shooting at Apalachee High School. And tonight, while grief is still strong, the school has announced a plan for students to return to class later this month. Right now, the tentative plan is for classes to resume on September 23rd, which would be 19 days after the shooting. The district describing it as a gradual reopening, mentioning they'll be offering mental health support and relocating some classes.
And just hours ago, the 911 calls from the morning of the shooting were released. We have live team coverage for you tonight as our own Joe Ripley has been going through those heartbreaking calls in response to the shooting. Plus, 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn sitting down with the sheriff, who's giving new insight into their response that morning and the investigation that continues. Cody.
So, Jonathan and Jennifer, there have been some questions raised since this shooting, some around the phone call that Colt's mom says she made to the school on the morning of the shooting and the response to her concerns. Plus, the severity of the charges filed against Colt's dad also caught many by surprise.
Now we're in the stage of why. We may not ever know why.
Barrow County Sheriff Judge Smith says he knows one thing.
Colt Gray didn't give that school a chance to love on him.
On September 4th, 3 weeks to the day after the GBI says Colt Gray enrolled at Apalachee High School, Sheriff Smith says Colt's mom called the school.
I am not aware of her saying he is going to do this or he has planned this, but there were some messages back and forth.
Marcy Gray alleging Colt texted her and his dad, quote, "I'm sorry, and you're not to blame for this."
She did call, she did speak to someone at the school, and we were actively looking for him.
In a school of close to 2,000 students.
The eerily coincidence of this is that Colt Gray is sitting in the class next to another student by almost identically the same name.
And neither of the Grays were in a classroom at the time.
When we go into the classroom, they said, where's Colt at? And well, he's not here, he went to the bathroom. Well, the student that has the almost same name, that's who they think we're looking for. We go to the bathroom, he comes out and says, yeah, I go, what can I do to help you? He complies, we go up front. As we're trying to figure out what's going on, the shooting starts.
Sheriff Smith says the gunfire lasting less than a minute. The SRO's taking Colt Gray into custody, and then a day later, his dad arrested too.
Colin Gray purchased the firearm in a legal manner. And, you know, he had it, he didn't have it secured. And if you're going to have a firearm, you need to have it secured. I think his actions of leaving that firearm available to Colt Gray is why we're here today. I'm adamant, and I know we're in uncharted waters in a lot of things, but I applaud our DA, and not trying to send a message, not trying to send a message at all, but trying to send a sense of responsibility to gun owners.
As for the why,
has Colt told you guys why he did it?
Based on my guys, not really.
Now, there's been a lot of focus on that 2023 investigation that came from an FBI tip in neighboring Jackson County that led deputies to Colt and Colin Gray about Colt possibly making a school threat. Now, Sheriff Smith says Monday quarterbacking is not going to do anything about what happened here in Barrow County. He says what happened was the FBI notification worked. Jackson County investigated those claims, and he says you have to remember they work around parameters, and it's important to note it's very different from what you believe and what you can prove in the court of law. He says the only two people to blame for what happened here at Apalachee High School are sitting in jail cells tonight. In Winder, Cody Alcorn, 11 Alive News.
All right, Cody, thank you for shedding more light on what happened here.